Welcome back to Tailgate Sports Media, the premier podcast for sports, mostly football, episode 33. I am Devin. This is my good friend Ray, and we are back with a quick episode because we are busy individuals with busy lives,
Yep.
mainly because we got to work this week. Um, so we're going to get right into it. The NBA playoffs, we have made it to the conference finals. Spurs advanced against the Timberwolves.
Oh, not biased.
Elbow hurt around the world did not stop the Spurs, probably. Um, so Spurs advance. They're going to play the Thunder. We'll go cover the Eastern Conference real quick. Um, the Knicks advanced after whooping on another team that I can't remember right now because the Eastern Conference, right?
I mean, the Knicks whooped up on the Sixers a long time ago.
Knicks advanced on the
Yeah,
six. Yeah, whooped
Knicks.
up on the Sixers,
Yeah, they
and
swept
then
swept them. So we were waiting on I'm sorry, not the Pistons. Yeah, the Pistons and Cavs to finish. They went seven. So the Cavs win game seven pretty handily, and
yeah,
they're now going to take on the Knicks, which at the moment is not going well. Is not going
not at
well.
all, not at all. They're down. Um,
2-0.
Knicks currently up 2-0 in that series. They played last night. Let's get into the
But
series that everyone really wants to know
yeah,
about,
yeah,
unless you're
much like the rest of NBA fans. Let's go over to the West.
let's go to the West. Spurs take game one in Oklahoma City. Great game, phenomenal game. Unfortunately, Raymond cannot watch Spurs games because he's bad
No,
luck when he's watching. So we
no,
had to make him stop
we'll get into
watching.
that in a minute. We'll get into the details of that in a minute. So yeah, uh Spurs advance. Now we're on the Thunder, the where what we came for. You know,
Yeah,
we're not watching the East because everybody's here for the West. And then inside of that, everybody's here for Spurs Thunder. This
everyone
is
wants to see the Thunder go down.
This is
Really,
like when, you see two people at school and they're like, they're casually beefing and everybody knows they're gonna fight eventually, but you just
and
have
it's
to
going to be
wait.
this year.
You have to wait for this is I mean, I really hate to do it. This is Drake and Kendrick.
It's on Kendrick.
I mean, we're pending results to see if it's truly confirmed. This is Drake and Kendrick because nobody really likes the Thunder.
Yeah, and let's break down some games first.
Okay.
Because game two is where it really comes in. Game one is great, back and forth the entire time. It's tight. I don't think anyone ever really had more than like a 4 or 5 point lead
No.
the entire game. It was really great game. Second overtime, Spurs finally pull away. Wimby just goes off. Um, the logo three, the
And
insane blocks.
which is where I figured out that I am not allowed to watch the game because Shea Gilgeous-Alexander didn't score a single point until I got home and turned on the TV. And then, you know, Spurs started losing their lead. So I turned it off. I tried intermittent. I turned it off in bursts. I would turn it off, watch the score rise a little bit, halftime. Hey, we're back up. Maybe I could get back in here a little bit. Third
Mm.
quarter, didn't work. It started fluctuating, and I was like, I might be the problem here. I might need to turn it off. But it's my boys. I'm a ride. So battling it out. Fourth quarter, I shit you not. I go, this is going rough. Let me walk into the other room and make a drink. I walk into the kitchen. I am on my way walking back into the room. Logo three. I immediately grabbed the remote, said, "All right," and watch the rest of my phone. Watch the rest of the scores on my phone.
Sometimes you got to do what you love, what you got to do for the teams that you love. I spent the fourth quarter of the Red River Shootout in the bathroom so
Yeah.
Oklahoma would get a win the one time I went. So you do what
When
you
you
do.
when you love something, let it go.
Yep. Um, so starting off, getting into game two, and this one a lot different. Um, Wemby is locked down. and doesn't have the performance they did in game one.
You mean he's
Um,
ratchet strapped to the floor?
man, I don't know why you would talk bad about the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, they suffer from a rare disorder where gravity just affects them differently. And it's only their team. They
Well,
go up for a
no,
shot, for some reason they fall.
it's they have the ability to transfer that power to the opposing team by putting their hands in their fucking pockets and dragging them down with them.
Yeah, the Thunder take game two. De'Aaron Fox still out, high ankle sprain. Dylan Harper goes out early in the second quarter, which is big. The Spurs are losing two of they lose their veteran, their ball handler, and then they lose Dylan Harper, who is Manu Ginobili, 2.0. I'm not gonna say better, but I'm gonna say he's the second coming of Manu Ginobili. Um,
I
and
mean, when you're
it
getting
the
trained by Ginobili,
Yeah, yeah. It puts a lot of pressure on that starting group that's left there. Stephon Castle is a turnover machine. He's a great ball player, but he can't be the main ball handler because he's losing it every other drive. He's losing it, and it's insane. Some of his passes to Wimby, which I like, he likes to do that little like almost like a lob shot that it's just going up to Wimby because only Wimby can get it, but he misses it. And it's like you got to get that down before you're going to be the dude handling the ball. Um, the big thing let's cover flops real quick. Um, the Thunder are the only team who had a guy on the ground every offensive possession. Every time they're going down, someone ended up on the ground. Um, People just standing there, they would turn and like that would happen.
yeah, it's
I
the
don't
guy
care.
it's the guy in the UFL who fell getting up out of the scrum.
It's 100% just like that. I mean, anytime they're taking a shot, they're ending up on the ground. And it's not necessary. You're an athlete. I got better balance than that. I don't understand how that's happening. The big issue is that Hartenstein, whatever his name is holding Wimby. There's there's these crackheads coming out who are coming out and being like, "Oh, well, you guys wanted physical basketball. That's not physical." If I was like, "Hey, brother, I'm locking you down. All right, me and you, Raymond, one of you won. I'm
Hmm.
locking you down. All right, you ain't
Not
getting no
happening.
shots off. You
Not
ain't getting
happening.
no blocks.
Not
All right,
happening.
I'm gonna rough you up. It's
Not
gonna be the
likely.
toughest basketball game you play." And then I held your hand.
Probably not happening. Oh, okay. Well, that's more realistic.
And I stared deep into your eyes and I was like, I'm locking you down, big boy. That's not physical defense, that's romance.
It's not happening.
Yeah, no, him having his arms hooked around Wimby's elbow, holding his arm behind his back is
Mhm.
not physical defense. That's holding.
And
That's holding.
let's just get out about let's just get out ahead of it. Eventually somebody's gonna come up with this argument. Someone's gonna go back and go, well, Tim Duncan would hold his opponents down when he's going for, yeah, it'd be a push and that's it. You know,
A
and it would
difference
be
between a
and it
hand
would
on
be
the
like,
hip.
yeah, it would be a hand on the hip and it would be like down here. So you see how you
Yeah,
can't see this? It's because
yeah.
the ref can't see that. When you're
It look
like locked up and you're like, okay, we're gonna go down here. I've been practicing with the UFC. I'm working on my grapple game. What do you think?
yeah. It's not equivalent. And the league let it happen. The Tony Brothers is supposedly the worst officiated crew or the worst crew for officiating. Like everyone hates it. So the contrast between having the best voted crew in the NBA between having the worst voted crew was light and day. Stephon Castle got his hair pulled at one point, and while I don't think it was intentional, like a lot of people do, he still got his hair pulled.
Hey, you know, freaky
A
ass
lot of people are like,
team,
"Oh, he grabbed a
Oklahoma.
fistful of hair." I think his hand literally is just coming through his hair, but it still happened. It's
Maybe
still a foul. 90% of
Oklahoma.
fouls aren't intentional.
Oklahoma's a freaky ass team. That's all I got to say.
Oklahoma, a freaky ass team. They want to hold hands and they want to pull hair.
Yeah,
Um,
but we'll see if it works. It's hilarious to me. I think the NBA. I can't remember who it was, but I think the NBA had a post on social media, and it was talking about like SGA being the MVP, and it had like I think it was like four pictures and like a grid. All four pictures were SGA at the free throw line. It's like you had got him
The
driving
Onion,
for a layup, you had got him on a 3-pointer. All four of them were just him standing with the ball at the free throw
yep. The Onion had a great article about it was SGA trying to draw a foul at the free throw line.
line.
Everyone's just standing there, and he's
Oh, he's gonna get it too.
yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But honestly, turnovers. Hey, hand up on that one, Spurs. The turnovers were
Oh yeah,
ridiculous. You got to control
100%.
turnovers so much better.
I need to
Game
go be a
one
primary
isn't as
ball handler.
tight. Yes, exactly. Um, Game two, though, being like, hey, there's nobody that's going to physically stand up and stop Wimby, and we don't want to call fouls. And the way it used to be, because you had Shaq, no one could stop Shaq. Shaq was the most dominant basketball player to ever play the game when it came to pure physicality. So you would get two or three big guys, and all they would do was foul. They would foul Shaq all night to slow him down, and he couldn't shoot free throws very well, so it slowed him down somewhat. Wimby can shoot free throws, so you can't do that because then he would have 50 points a game. So they're just like, cool, we just won't call it. And that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, bring back the
Now,
economy of the NBA. You know, Shaq was keeping the low skill big man in the NBA for years. It's just
yeah,
the economy recycles. It's time again. Maybe
fun,
maybe you don't maybe you don't get the differential that you would with a Shaq, but you harass Wimby enough to make it difficult for him to get his shots off. I mean, I'd say Wimby's Achilles heel right now is his temper. Recycle a couple big men and piss him off enough to where he might. I mean, it's a roll of the dice too, because like you may get the mistakes Wimby, or you may get you know uh 50 points a night Wimby when you piss him off.
right.
You can get the bow, or
You know,
you can get the 50 points.
and I think one of the benefits of the doubt that Wimby does deserve, he is 3 years in the league. He does have to mature,
Mhm.
um, especially if he's going to be the face of this franchise, which they've that he is at this
I
point.
mean, he is, yeah.
Um, but comparing him to Tim Duncan's rookie year, he was 21 because he went to college. He got drafted at
Mhm.
21, so his rookie year he turned 22. Wemby's 22. He's the same age as Tim Duncan was as a rookie. So that maturity will come,
Yeah,
but this preferential foul calling whenever it's in the whenever don't call it preferential, but hey, you can't be holding people
selective.
to slow them down.
I'd say selective foul calling.
Selective foul calling is a great way to put it. Yes, yeah, you can't that this let the dude cook. Let the dude cook. Let teams, and it's always, oh well, if we don't stop him, they're gonna run the league. Which the Spurs have a great chance of running the league because the team is so goddamn young.
Yeah.
Wemby's like the third oldest player at 22,
But
something like that.
what are they gonna do when Wimby puts on 10 pounds of muscle because he's getting harassed every season? And then you really
What
can't do anything.
what are they gonna do when he starts bringing out nunchucks because he's been training with his damn
I mean,
the monks and he just starts whipping dudes across the face?
well, hold on. Wimby's more of a Donatello anyway. He's going with the bow staff. He's not a party dude. He didn't have the nunchucks.
No, no nunchucks. Quarter that. You're right. Good call. Great call. I appreciate you for making that call.
Yeah.
Um, Game three tonight. This episode will probably be coming out during game three, if not a little bit after. So we will find out for sure tonight how that goes. Guess the biggest questions are Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. Do they come back? Either one is a huge, huge pickup for the Spurs, and they need it because the Thunder is a great team. Don't get me wrong. The Thunder are a great team. They're great basketball players. Just no one wants to sit there and watch them hit the ground after some dude turned around and was breathing too hard, or you, Wimby's literally getting like, don't come to San Antonio and let that game get called because you might not make it out. We ghetto. These people are ghetto, all right? All right. My coworker's like, I went down military, it was just a line of girls twerking. I was like, twerking? I was like, big old San Antonio girls been twerking all up and down Military Drive while we honking. I was like, they'll come after you, refs. Be careful. Adam Silver, they'll find you too. They get 'em.
I wish you hadn't said that because my next statement was going to be, well, I kind of want to go down there and see what's up.
Oh, we're gonna go down. If we win this series, we're going down. We're
Yeah,
gonna check it
yeah.
out. We'd be a bad podcast if we didn't show up and be like, "What's going up?
We can't be
What's
the
going on,
tailgate
guys?"
sports. We can't be the tailgate podcast and not go down there and check out military.
We have to. It's gonna happen. All right, we'll make it down. We'll wait until, but we'll be classy enough to wait till we at least win.
Yeah,
If we win the Western Conference Finals, we'll show
yeah. I'm with that.
up. That's NBA. We're moving on. Jumping into the UFL, and it was a great week for the UFL. Let me get my scores just so we can be on top of everything. So, we're just gonna get into this really fast because again, we're on a tight schedule today. So first we got our Friday game, Storm, and the Renegades at Fort Hood. Great crowd, very energetic crowd. It was very fun to see. I do believe Raymond won our $20 bet about seeing the
Yep,
ambulance.
I think
If I
so.
recall correctly, I didn't see the ambulance, but I saw the stretcher and I counted that. I got excited. I was like, Raymond, you won.
Oh yeah, middle of
I got
baseball.
excited for that one. So I do owe Raymond $20. Raymond, I do not have the $20 for you,
Hey,
but
you know what? It's okay. You covered baseball, so we're straight.
I appreciate you, big dog. Um, the next two games are where things get really exciting for the UFL. So Defenders lost the previous week to the Kings. Um, God, I'm going to butcher his last name just because I don't pay attention. The quarterback for the Defenders,
That would be. Oh,
I'm going to let Raymond say it. I'm losing level a
well, that
second
can't
here.
be right. Hold on. You're saying it's a name you're gonna butcher. I see Spencer Sanders.
That's probably the current starter after the original starter got injured.
Got you. Okay. Well, let me do some research and get back to you.
I got you right here.
Oh, Jordan
Jordan
Ta'amu.
Tommy, that's okay. That's what we're gonna say. And if I'm wrong, I deserve it. I'm white. I mess up names all the time. All right.
Okay.
It's something I struggle with. It's a problem. Um, yeah, he's out for the rest of the season. MVP quarterback, just absolutely lights out, leads that team. He's out for the rest of the season, which is huge for them. They go to get the revenge game against the Defenders, and it is a tight game, but they fall. So the Kings win two in a row. The Kings, who have the toughest schedule in the for the remainder of the season, pull off the two biggest wins that they needed, and now they're in the middle of the playoff race again. So the Defenders fall 2 weeks in a row. They fall to 5-3 now. And then we go to the next game. Battlehawks were 5-2, playing the low down, nobody, no good gamblers. Gamblers who ain't done nothing all
Gamblers.
year. The gamblers. And the gamblers get the
Gamblers.
win in St. Louis. Um,
Walk in your trap, take your trap.
um,
I mean, that really sums it up. I don't know what else you
yeah,
need. I don't know what else you need on that game. We didn't learn anything.
didn't learn nothing. Gamblers get a huge win though. Very surprising drop there for St. Louis, especially at home. Gamblers win 23-16. So the Battlehawks drop to 5-3 now. So the Orlando Storm push ahead. They are now our number one seed again at 6-2. And then we have the Battlehawks at 5-3, and then we got the Defenders at 5-3. Uh, Going down into our Sunday game, Aviators travel to Birmingham to play the Stallions. Um, it was a very tight game, very defensive game. Um, Late in the game, I think believe it was the fourth quarter. Um, Stallions are driving. They're making progress, and they're doing decent with the quarterback run. Whenever they scramble or they do the design quarterback run, they were getting 4 or 5 yards. They end up getting 4th and 1. They're down 3-7, fourth quarter. They're in field goal range. Brand new kicker. It's a 55-yard field goal. His career long in college is 56 yards. It's 4th and 1. I'm like, okay, cool. You got options here. Don't run it up the middle. Go for it, right? Spread everybody out. Give your QB some looks. They don't. They can decide to go for the kick. Make it a 1 point game. Okay. The kick is immediately blocked and returned for a Stallions touchdown.
Nice.
If your defense is playing that good, where you're holding this team to 7 points, take a chance. Get down the field, score, win. I just, I didn't like that call. I didn't like that they were going to kick it when they started it, and then it worked out in the worst possible way for them, and they end up losing that game. Um, Good on the Stallions. They have a
Yeah.
great defense. They moved up to 4-4, so they were 1-4. They've now won three straight, um, and they are now in firm control of their destiny. And they moved to the fourth position in that playoff race, currently having the tiebreaker over the Kings. Um, so quickly moving on to week
9.
9. 2 games left for everybody. Uh, we got our Friday night game tonight. Defenders travel to Orlando to play the Storm. So originally this is supposed to be hey top notch, right? This is
Yep.
this is a this is a seed deciding game, and it still is. It's still a very important game. But without your starting quarterback, things look rough for the Defenders. Orlando are in control of their destiny. They've already clinched a playoff spot. Also important to mention that they have
Hmm.
clinched a playoff spot, so they are in no matter what. Right now, they're just playing for seeding. Um, I don't think you slow down. I think you go ahead and you get that win against the
Yeah,
Defenders now
because I
while you can.
well, because I think you could play spoiler and kick the defenders all the way out of the playoffs.
It's possible. It's extremely possible now.
Because because if
Um,
Birmingham wins, I think you'd rather play Birmingham than DC.
would you rather play? I mean, yeah, you're looking at potentially the Battlehawks, Birmingham, and the Kings. Um,
Oh yeah,
and I'll just get ahead of it right now. I want the Kings to make the playoff. I think they're the most fun,
I do
interesting
too.
team, especially with how bad their start was.
I think they're on a good run. I think Birmingham and Louisville are on a great run. I'd love to see either one of them in
Exactly.
the playoffs.
Exactly. Um, So Defenders versus the Storm. Orlando now a 2.5 point favorite, which they hadn't been previously, but with this injury, they are now a favorite. I think I take the Storm there. I think they're playing pretty consistent football. Um, the defense isn't. Let me rephrase that because I might have my stats backwards. Their games they've had a lot of close games. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
Um, but they're getting the wins, and that's what counts. So I'm taking the Storm there. Um, Moving on to our Saturday game. We have the Stallions versus the Aviators. Stallions at the Aviators. Birmingham is a 1.5 point favorite. With how tight last week's game was, it's just still kind of a toss up. I think I favor the Stallions just because they got their quarterback now. They have a great defense. It's
I
especially
think
the defense tackles. The defensive line was just devastating to the Columbus run game, which is what they rely on. But there was some stuff there for the Aviators to work off of. They just need to be not to be afraid to use it. If your defense is holding up and you got short yardage situations for first downs on the other side of the field, go for it. Be aggressive. Go get the win.
oh yeah, and
Do what you got to do.
I think that's the difference. I think I'm going Birmingham too. I think it just comes down to coaching because Aviators prove that they can hang with Birmingham, but they're not making the right calls at the right time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Um, I mean, AJ McCarron is kind of like, and people are like, yeah, he's doing all right, but like how he was acting during losses and like losing his cool earlier in the season, people are kind of like, mm, go be a quarterback again. But if he gets his team in the playoffs, you never know.
History writes a different
Um,
story.
I won't say he's getting this team in the playoffs. I'm saying their quarterback, Thompson Robinson, he's getting them to the playoffs.
Thompson, Brady in disguise. Brady in a wig, possibly.
Potentially. Moving on to
Braun
our
trading, maybe.
Sunday afternoon game. Renegades travel to Louisville to play the Kings. Louisville is a 1.5 point favorite on this one. Um,
Are your Renegades cooked?
well, I think so. They've lost five straight. They don't have a will to lit
A
to win at this point.
fun fact, your Renegades and my Gamblers have the same record.
Well, actually, I'm a Louisville Kings fan now, so
Oh, as am I.
sucks
As
to
am I.
suck, dude. It sucks to.
Couldn't be me, am I right?
Yeah, I have no firm loyalties. I just have teams I'm cheering
Yeah.
for
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and it was the
I'm
Renegades and the Kings.
I am action movie star jumping all over these bandwagons in the
Oh yeah,
UFL.
yeah. Orlando, the Kings, and the Renegades. I would say were my teams for the year. I'm done on the Renegades. Even if they made the playoffs, I have no faith. So don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
I think I'm Orlando, DC, and Gamblers, but I am getting ready. I'm bracing to jump the defenders shit.
oh, you getting ready?
I'm
One more
getting
bad
ready.
loss, and it's
So,
so Renegades at the Kings. Kings 1.5 point favorite. Kings have all the momentum in the world. They've been playing great offense. They played two games against the Defenders, and they got the win. They should be higher than a kite right now. So
I know exactly what
they
you edited.
they
Shouts
have
out
all
to
the
the
momentum in the world.
giraffes.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Giraffes are
I'm
fun.
taking the Kings to finish off the Renegades. The Renegades are done after this week.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then our Sunday evening game, 6 o'clock Central, we got the Battlehawks in Houston to rematch the Gamblers who beat them in St. Louis last week.
Surely they don't do it twice.
Imagine, imagine a
Surely they
world
don't do it twice, right?
Houston pulls it off twice.
Surely it can't happen twice.
So St. Louis is the biggest favorite of the week. They are a 3 point favorite. Probably would have been 6 or 7 if they had won last week, but now they are a 3 point favorite. I think the Battlehawks bounce back.
I think so too, but if I wasn't broke, I'd slide $2 on the gamblers.
$2 on the gamblers?
I, I would take the $20 I told you not to give me and put it on the gamblers.
There you go. There you go. All right. If I'm gonna skip lunch today and tomorrow and potentially Monday, and I'm gonna get that $20 on the gamblers for you.
Not no, I don't think that's sound betting advice.
It's not, but we're gonna do it because we like to live dangerously. So yeah, we got the Storm over the Defenders.
Yep.
We got the Stallions over the Aviators. I got the Kings over the Renegades, and then Battlehawks over the Gamblers. But it would be crazy if the Gamblers
It'll be
pulled it off again. That would really throw a wrench into the playoff race because suddenly the Gamblers are just right back in it, which is insane.
Oh yeah.
Um, they still
Uh
need some
they're
help,
they're in it if we're wrong on Stallions and Kings.
correct. As of right now, it's Orlando, Battlehawks, DC, and then um,
Birmingham. Well, Birmingham and Louisville are
Birmingham.
tied.
Right. I think, but Birmingham has the tiebreaker because they beat them earlier in the season.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, real quick, we will go look at week 10 just to kind of see what we could expect, what everyone else is dealing with. Uh, I guess the really big ones here are the Kings and the Gamblers. Like or not the Kings and the Stallions. The Gamblers could get back into the race, but they would need help.
They would need to
Storm and
a
Defenders
loss.
Storm and Defenders play again. Renegades travel to St. Louis to play the Battlehawks. Defenders and Battlehawks should be pretty secure in how they're feeling or how they're positioned. They might still want to battle for first place just to get that one home game. Um, the Stallions need a win this week over the Aviators, and then they need to win next week over the Gamblers. Very, very possible they end up at 6-4, and then they've locked in their spot. Orlando, if Orlando wins this week, they may not need to really. They might be able to rest starters against the defenders in
Yeah.
week 10. Um, Not 100% on that, but we will know for sure after this week. Um, and then the Kings play the Aviators. Aviators are the worst record in the league right now. I think the Kings beat the Aviators by 5,000, but it's all comes down to that tiebreaker between the Kings and the Stallions. Um, so if the Kings want to get in, they got to win out. They need somebody to beat the Stallions. Um, if the Gamblers beat the Battlehawks this week, maybe they finally found that spark they needed, which is to play spoiler for playoffs.
Yep. It's a gamble to play the gamblers.
It's a gamble to play the Gamblers.
They
Hey,
told us all
put that
along.
put that on a sign, and then when we go to a game next year and they get moved and we don't get to use the sign, but we'll have the sign.
Yeah, when they're in like Georgia or something next season.
I know. Where the hell are they going to go in Georgia?
I, I'm Macon, Georgia. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm sure they have a soccer field somewhere over there.
Yeah, don't put them in Atlanta. Don't be sharing cities no more. We're done with that.
No, no.
No NFL cities. All right, Raymond. Anything to conclude this week? We're going to be skipping the tailgate portion because we got things to do.
Yeah, yeah. I got a question. I'll try not to go too deep into it. Do
Okay.
you think that the high turnover rate of the UFL is kind of messing with some of these teams' ability to make good playoff runs? Because it's like, you
Mm,
see the Gamblers kind of getting it together at the end of the season. You see the Aviators figuring some things out. Stallions and Kings mid-season do a complete 180. I think it's just that these teams aren't really gelling until the end of the season. And then, the UFL is so shaky in the off season that they don't really get to work together and kind of keep that unit cohesion moving into the next season.
yeah, I would agree with that because the teams that have been very successful are the teams that have kept coaches and that have kept quarterbacks. Teams that don't constantly have that turnover where it's like a coach comes in with a great plan and then they have a quarterback that can execute it. It's pretty much the recipe for success right there. Every time you move a team, every time you like restart it, like Orlando, 6-2. Um, the coach out there, Anthony, I want to say Beck something. Um, Again, terrible with names. It's the whiteness. Um, I'm terrible with pronunciating names. Um, Very successful when he was at St. Louis. He's being great here. He's got his quarterback in Jake Plummer, who's been playing great. Um, it's just every time you got to reset these teams, every time you move these teams, you reset them even worse than you did the year before. It's a lot of it's a lot to put together when you have a whole new roster every off season, and you don't have these guys, you know, in an off season doing their own. I mean, they're probably doing their own training, but they're not really sitting there training with each other because they live all over the place and they are working normal jobs for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you can't exactly take a Saturday to go work with your quarterback if you live in Arizona and your quarterback lives in California, and
Yeah,
both of
and
you
I
work on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are working normal jobs and they're working out and they're trying to find other stuff to do and they want to make football their career. And I love it, but there's not enough money coming in this short little season to realistically go off and not have some other source of income or not be crashing on dad's couch, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna. I think the league would, like you said, the league benefits from having consistent coaching, and I don't think we're gonna see a lot of these lower teams become successful because I think the UFL so far has the habit of your team lost, move them or blow up the coaching staff.
Yeah, well, I think that's the issue. I don't think it's necessarily a move and blow up the coaching staff because the team is losing a lot. Well, it is.
Yeah,
It's
because I mean
is the
DC
team
didn't go
successful?
anywhere.
Is the team drawing in fans? I think that's the biggest one. I don't think they give two shits if the team's 0 and 10. If the team's pulling 20,000 fans a game and they're watching the games on TV, which is where they're really
Mamas,
trying to ramp up.
mamas.
A lot of people are worried about how these these stadiums look when they're empty and like, oh, how many people showed up for the game. The TV viewership numbers, I think, are their number one priority right now because TV viewership gives them better primetime slots, gives them better advertisement revenue. As long as they're making these networks money, then they'll stick around. So comparison, now there's like a lot less UFL games in a season, but the average UFL game draws more people watching it online, watching it than a NHL game, so National Hockey League.
Yeah,
There's 1,000 hockey games in a season, but the numbers are getting there. So I think that's a bigger focus for them is, hey, get some people in the stands, make some money there, but as long as the TV viewership is good, we're going to be a-okay. And so they're going to try to go find markets or hop around every now and then and try to find markets to get these teams. The biggest issue I'm going to see with this team consistency going forward is every time they expand and relocate, it's going to reset the table again. So you got Oklahoma City coming in 2028.
yeah,
So when they do that, they're going to do another draft. They're going to reset these teams again. People aren't, it's like, oh, that who's that running back that I really liked? Oh, he's no longer with the team. Well, that sucks.
yeah. Well, then I'm out. Yeah. Who's that quarterback I really like? Who's the backup quarterback that I've been really eyeing to take on the starting role? Oh, he's over here now. All right. Well, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, yeah, and so it's a lot of that. Um, I know we were really upset when we lost the Brahmas. We also really like football, so we ended up, you know, after the tempers kind of cooled down a little bit. It's like, okay, well, I'll go watch the football. I mean, I'm not going to not watch football, right?
Yeah, it's always up for me.
Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I think that's a great question. But yeah, it's 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 a balancing act between expanding and growing your league and also being consistent enough where these teams can play great football and they can
Yeah,
establish, their own dynasties and kind of just get going.
yeah. Because right
Um,
right now is great. It's like we have the Stallions and the Kings making a run for the playoffs, because they're just now figuring it out. But it's great to have, six teams that are, playoff caliber versus how we had in the beginning, the first, 2, 3 weeks of the season where it was like, all right, so we're going to be looking at Battlehawks and Defenders in the playoffs again.
well, don't forget the 3-0 Orlando and 3-0
Yeah.
Dallas Renegades.
Yeah, but Orlando, we were like, they could be the ones, they could be the new ones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
until very recently, I mean, my running joke was this is the test every week, but Orlando was the team that was like, all right, we need to figure out if they can hang with Battlehawks and Defenders. I think mainly because they didn't play the Battlehawks or Defenders until late season.
Yeah, they didn't play them late, and also it was a lot of like, I mean, they just played so many close games where like it was the opposite side of the coin of Louisville, where Louisville was playing these really close games and losing. Orlando was playing really close games and winning, and
Mhm.
it was like, okay, it feels like both these teams are there. Just one has been getting lucky on the side of the been getting luckier than the other one, right? And they've been winning their games versus this one's been losing. Orlando's still playing those really close games, but they're winning them. So to me, okay, that's a good team.
Yeah.
Louisville, we were right on that one. Hey, this is a good team. They're missing one little piece. They're just missing a little something. They figured it out, and now they're making a playoff run. Um,
Yeah, but if I'm a Louisville fan and I'm looking at, what we have now, it's like they figured it out. It's not really necessarily guaranteed that next season we're going to take this and elevate. We're not going to go to the next level because who knows what the roster is going to look like next season. And not
I
even
mean,
with
that's
just
true.
like the drafts, but with people moving or getting contracts with the NFL, which I understand is the whole point.
Yeah.
but it's kind of hard to go. Next year's our year as a Kings fan. If my kicker, my quarterback, and my running back all go to the NFL, and I got to start all over with new guys.
Yeah, and I mean that's just going to always be a problem with a spring league like this. Is people are always going to be looking for the next best thing, whether it be the CFL or the NFL. They're going to go where they can get money and provide for themselves. Like, and maybe the CFL is where they make the jump to the NFL. But it's always going to be until the money is there. People are going to jump when they can, and it's just going to be growing pains. 4, 5, 10 years. But as long as that TV viewership is there, as long as they're consistent, as long as they put out good products and they're listening to the fans, I think they got to. I feel much more secure in the future of the league than I did this previous offseason.
So by that logic, it sounds like the real stars of the league are. And let me put in another application. Gamblers, if you need scouting help, let me tell you right up front, I don't know shit about shit, but I will learn. Hey, I've been in school for over 10 years. I am good at learning. I will learn how to be a scout and I will take this team to the next level.
Let me tell you what, brothers. I just graduated high school in 6.5 years, brother. If you need someone that knows how to read a book, motherfucker, I am your
Hey,
man.
cover to cover. Let me tell you.
See it all. See it all.
I'm
Putting us off there.
I'm 600 words a minute. Yeah. Let's stop before we get it deep.
Cut this off there. That is Tailgate Sports Media, episode 33. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. All the YouTube and social stuff. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And whenever Peyton gets back, we'll probably be on Spotify.
Yep.
Shout out to
I
you,
will
Peyton. We'll see
transition
you.
down to this corner here. Like probably about this big. It'll be my window this big,
Mhm.
and then Peyton will
Yep,
be
yep.
all over here.
Yeah. But I can't do that editing, so he won't.
Nah.
Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will see you guys next time.